We were greatly influenced and inspired by the Arab Spring and this idea of new technology and young people assembling at a really unprecedented rate. The way they used Twitter and they used differing various ways of communication to bring the rallies that they had in Tunisia and in Egypt. But it also began to reference this idea of rebirth and this idea of the springtime and coming anew. And from that, we went into the idea of cherry blossoms and almost the Japanese view of the cherry blossom meaning the circle of life and death. And so that's kind of where all of the artwork ideas and themes came to. And then we talked about ways to kind of challenge the perception of that and our gut reactions to certain things. Us being members of the quote-unquote counterculture or punk rock scene or whatever you want to call it, and the way I get a visceral feeling when I see a cop or if I see a soldier or if I see someone that I view as representing authority, which is the same kind of knee-jerk guttural reaction that people that watch Fox News get when they see a Muslim woman or people that see an African American kid or a black kid or anyone who's different. So trying to have this commonality of rebirth, this idea of the American Spring being about new ways to change the world and new ways to communicate that change, and then tying that in with, we have that hyper-realistic exploding flower on the cover and an archetypal person, whether it's a Muslim woman, a soldier, or a police officer, etc. So that's kind of the commentary that we're trying to make, is that we see violence even when there is no violence, and we see animosity, and we see differences between humanity, even when at its core we're all really the same. With Anti-Flag, we get to go on tour and we get to play shows and we get to meet people every day who say, I didn't think about this part of the world until I listened to one of your songs, or I didn't feel a certain way until I heard your band, or I didn't know that I fit in or that I belonged until I came to a punk rock show, and thanks for being my first show or whatever. So we get that kind of shot in the arm of inspiration every time we play a show, and that makes it very easy to continue working and to continue wanting to write songs. With this record, I would say that we're fighting against cynicism. We're fighting against this idea that the world is so fucked it can't get any better, because that's the first hurdle in any political and radical change that we might have, is this sense of, well, the things that I'm doing don't matter anyway, so why should I even try? And you'd be surprised at how much you can impact in the world around you by just trying a little bit. So that battle against cynicism, that battle against allowing yourself to open up the newspaper and feel worthless because an advertisement tells you so, or feel downtrodden because drone strikes in Syria seem unstoppable. That's what we're trying to tackle head on. We're traveling long distances, we're playing a lot of shows, but we're always searching for somewhere new. But you have to come back to the places that have supported you from day one, and Paris has been one of those cities. So we're only doing a handful of record release shows, and Paris will be one of them. We're going to do one in London. In the States, we're doing one in Las Vegas with a festival called Punk Rock Bowling. We're doing 2 festivals in Germany. So it's really gone from a place we haven't been to in 5 years to a place that we want to launch this new record and have really behind us the way we have maybe in the past. Hellfest was amazing for me. I had a great day there. I got tattooed by Lionel, who works at Out of Step Tattoos, and he's someone I always wanted to get tattooed by, and he was there. He came to Hellfest to tattoo me, and that was a great experience for me just because it was something I've wanted to have happen for years. And then the show was awesome. The show could have sucked after that. I wouldn't have cared. But the show was really great. We played right when it got dark, and I remember kind of being nervous that no one was going to come because our stage was so far away from everything. And it ended up being a really great show, and definitely a memorable one on that touring cycle for the General Strike, for sure. Because we get to meet people and because we get to play these songs and have them sung right back at us just as loud as we're singing them, that's enough to keep going. But really, we don't know how to do anything else. This is what we do. So I can't imagine a world where we're not writing songs and we're not trying to perform them to the best of our ability somewhere. So it's really, as much as we're thankful and appreciative that people come to the shows, if nobody came, we'd still be doing it because it's what we love to do. Well, American Spring comes out, I believe, the 25th of May here. And that's really our main focus, is to make sure that we tour and play as many shows possible on this record, and that we get it to as many ears as possible. Furthermore, we have the record label, and we're releasing a lot of really cool, new, young music, and that's very exciting to us because we believe that this idea and this agenda of punk rock is very important. And so any chance we get to kind of spread its gospel, we're going to take, and we're going to happily support those that are trying to do the same.